Hey everyone, this is your girl Sharifa, aka Shree, and welcome to the I'm Good podcast, or in better words, the I Feel Good podcast. If you are new here, welcome to the family. This is a podcast where I explore topics on mental health, physical health, nutrition, and everything in between. So if you're trying to get right and stay right mentally, this is definitely the place you want to be. And wait, before I begin, here's some quick info. Why did I name this podcast I'm Good? Simple. Because as people, from a cultural standpoint, whether we are down or happy, our favorite response to friends, families, or strangers is I'm good, even if we're not. It's completely normal not to feel happy all the time, but in the midst of whatever you go through, the saying I'm good can elaborate to so many different meanings. So yes, this is the place to be, whether you are down, happy, excited, and everything in between. I'm here to dish out knowledge, talk about current topics, and of course, lift you up. So feel free to go ahead and subscribe, share this podcast, leave a review, and tell a friend. Now let's go ahead and get started on today's show. Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And let me explain to you really quick. First of all, for starters, it's free. Yes, I said it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And I know most of you guys have a phone or computer, so it's so easy. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So make sure you download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to the I'm Good podcast. If you are new here, what's good? What's poppin'? Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on today's episode. And for my returning listeners, to my I'm Good fam, what's good, what's poppin'? You already know how I feel about my family. And also for my new listeners, like we are a family. Like shout out to my I'm Good fam, my returning listeners, subscribers. Listen, y'all are lit. So thank you to everyone who has continuously tuned into each episode. And then shout out to all of my new listeners. Like every week we get new listeners. And as always, I just like to express gratitude for my new listeners as well as my I'm Good family, because we are a big family. So if you are a new listener, come on. Listen, don't be scared. You can go ahead and, come join the I'm Good family, okay? Because this is the place where you're going to leave out feeling good. Like, I don't talk about anything I make sure on this podcast, I don't talk about anything that's going to make you, like, when you're done listening, where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm drained. Like, no, I'm trying to help you unclog it. I'm here to help uplift you. So listen, we a family over here. We are a family of people that are striving to do better, to live better, to be better, to see better, to breathe better, just to feel good all around. So that is what the I'm Good podcast is about. It's about feeling good and just stepping out in faith, stepping out on your purpose, and just being the best person that you can be. So shout out to everybody who has tuned in. Also, too, this podcast is sponsored by www.allthingsshri.com. It is my online store, you guessed it, where I offer sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, and cell phone cases, and they're all meant to inspire you. They also, I have sweatshirts that make you feel confident. So it's like sayings on the shirts and things like that. So because you are a loyal podcast listener, I do have a special promo code for you to use today. And that is use promo code I'm Good fam at checkout to get 10% off your entire order. Once again, use promo code I'm Good fam to get 10% off your entire order. So make sure you put that in at checkout. So once you get your shirt, right now our number one bestseller is the I Inspire Me shirt. So for my ladies, it's the pink shirt and the pink and black letters, whatever. Fellas, you can still wear it too. You can still wear your pink, whatever. No shame. So make sure you guys go ahead and head over to www.allthingsshri.com. Also too, if you are listening to this on an Apple device or Apple MacBook, iPad, whatever may be, iPhone. If you're listening to this on an Apple podcast, make sure you go ahead and leave a rating and review. That will be greatly appreciated. That will help the podcast to grow even more. And also, too, I get to see my I'm Good fam a lot more. So make sure you go ahead and leave a rating and review. It only takes literally seconds, especially if you just do like a rating. Review, it could take as long as you want, whatever you want to write. So make sure you go ahead and leave a rating review. That will be greatly appreciated. And then if you are listening to this like on another platform, whether it's Spotify, I know Amazon has podcasts on it. Well, my podcast is on Amazon. Whatever platform that you're using it on, if there is like a way that you can subscribe or leave a rating review, whatever it may be, make sure you go ahead and do that. That will also help out this podcast and just to help grow the family. Because listen, y'all, I'm going to go on tour soon. I am going to start doing this podcast live. I cannot wait to meet all of you beautiful people and just talk positivity to everybody's life, because, we all need it. And, with the I'm Good podcast, I feel like it's just so easy, especially within our culture, within my culture, I would say like just to walk around and act like everything is always good, but sometimes it really isn't. But I just really want this to be a place where we can be open and transparent and just like be like, okay, keep it real. Like, it's not always good, but I am determined to be good. So when you ask me if I'm good, I'm determined to actually be good. So that's the purpose of this podcast. So also too, if you have not done so, make sure you guys go ahead and check out the midweek roll call. That is, we drop an episode. I'm getting tongue tied. New episodes are dropped every single Wednesday, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And then also, too, last but not least, make sure you go ahead and share this podcast. Thank you to everyone who has shared this podcast. Thank you a million. So feel free to go ahead and share this podcast. I do have a Instagram page, which I know I need to upload more, because I think the last time I uploaded was maybe about a year ago. But I do have an Instagram page, so feel free to follow me on there. That Instagram page is I'm Good Podcast. So at I'm Good Podcast, that is the Instagram page. So feel free, to put the I'm Good Podcast, like tag it in your stories or post whatever it may be. But yeah, so go ahead and, follow me on there. I will be uploading more. I am going to start going on there live and chatting a lot more so you guys can put a face to this voice. And y'all, I'm excited. I have a lot of good things coming up. So, yes, y'all. So thank you again for joining me. So on today's episode, I want to go back and talk about nutrition. And I think it is very important, especially I didn't even say it to y'all, but we are now in November. So happy November to everybody. Like, I hope you all I hope you all will have a happy holiday. I know I will speak to you guys before Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that. But we are officially in November. Listen, y'all, can y'all believe it? It's November. Like, I don't know. I was going to say like this year went by fast. I don't feel like it went by fast. I feel like this was an interesting year. I would say for myself, not bad, but this was a year of growth and reflection for me. Growth and reflection. I was being stretched. A year of me taking a leap of faith and just really figuring out what I want to do with my life. I feel like this year has really stretched me a lot. So I can't believe, y'all, we are in November. So listen, do the best that you can. I'm not even going to be the person who says, because I know there's always things that say like new month, new goals, new this, new that, which is fine. But I know sometimes when I see that stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, should I be doing more of this and that? I would just say, just try to do the best that you can do each day. Honestly, that's the best that you can do. So, yes, y'all. So we are in November. So, I wanted to go back into talking about food this month. I'm not sure if I'm going to be talking about it all month long, but I did want to go back into talking about food and, foods that can naturally boost your mood. And so for today's episode, I want to talk about, 5 types of veggies that you can eat today to help boost your mood. So if you've been feeling down, especially people who suffer from seasonal depression, because right now we're in the midst of that. So, the time is changing where now it's getting darker earlier. And, this is a difficult time of the year for some people. So, there are some things that you can do to naturally boost your mood. And one of those things is that you can eat more veggies. So if you're not eating veggies at all, These are some foods that you can start incorporating into your diet. You can make smoothies. You can basically play around with these foods in all different types of ways. And I have mentioned this stuff on my podcast, a previous episode before, but I didn't really talk about specifically one food group. But today I just want to break it down with at least, I'm going to give you guys 5 foods that you can eat to naturally boost your mood. 5 vegetables that you can eat to help naturally boost your mood. All right. And so let's go. So the first food on my list is broccoli. For me, I personally, I do like broccoli raw. No, I personally like broccoli. For me, I like it when it's cooked. I don't know. I'm not a fan of for me personally, I'm not like a fan of raw broccoli. But I said this before on a podcast, and I'm not sure, and I'll say it again. Anytime you eat its vegetable or whatever fruit, whatever it is, in its rawest form, you get the most nutrients. So, as I do mention these foods, there are certain things that you can do to these types of foods, but to get the purest amount of nutrients is to eat it raw. But nonetheless, I always like to tell my people, my clients, or whoever I speak to is that, if you prefer, like me, to have your broccoli sauteed or cooked up, whatever it may be, hey, by any means, go ahead and do that. Put it in the air fryer, whatever, whatever it takes for you to eat it. So the first food that you can eat to help naturally boost your mood is broccoli. So with broccoli, you could pretty much add it in a lot of dishes. You can put it in salads. You can put it in, pasta salads. You can pretty much put it in a lot of different foods. Like broccoli is, one of those foods where I don't feel like it has like a strong taste, but I feel like with it raw, it does have like a bitter taste. But for me personally, the taste, there's not like a strong taste like where I'm like, oh my gosh, like this broccoli tastes so like, well, it does sometimes taste bitter. So, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever feel like broccoli is like, oh my gosh, like it's so pungent. Like, no, for me personally. So, but I love, when I was younger, we used to have this in school, broccoli and cheese and broccoli, which was so good. And I still like it to this day. Cheese makes my stomach hurt because I'm lactose intolerant, but there is vegan cheese out there, but broccoli and cheese has always been like, something that's really good. But if you're trying to, like I said, if you're trying to really boost your mood and eat clean, I would say don't do the cheese. Try your best to stick with, do maybe broccoli and olive oil, broccoli. Try to figure out different things that you can do to incorporate into your diet without adding like too many other types of, I want to not say unclean foods, but, dairy can be linked to like gut problems and, such as like, it can lead to like constipation, upset stomach, and also too, it can lead to like a depressive mood. So broccoli is the first food on my list. Number 2 is spinach. Spinach, I typically, what I used to do was I used to freeze my spinach a lot, and then I would put it in my smoothies. And I haven't really done that, not so much lately. I got to get back into doing, the other one I was going to talk about is kale, but I'll go back to spinach. But yeah, so with spinach, you can put that in your smoothies. But you can eat it raw. Like I said, eating it in its rawest form is always the best way to get its nutrients. But nonetheless, you can saute it. You could put it on a sandwich. But if you're a type of person kind of like me where I'm like, I sometimes just rather just drink my veggies, you can literally just get a smoothie. You could put it into your smoothie, make a smoothie, or you can also buy like green juices. Like there are a lot of places now, that offer like juicing and juices that you can just, where they have like spinach inside the juice. So spinach is another food that you can eat tomorrow, that can help naturally boost your mood. Number 3, another one of my favorite foods is avocado, y'all. Avocado is so good. And it's so funny. I wouldn't say avocado is like, okay, personally put like this. I don't feel like avocado is good like just itself. Like for me, I like avocado with salt, either lemon or lime juice, and then like different seasonings. So, I mean, avocado by itself doesn't necessarily taste like anything, but like y'all, avocado on toast, I don't know what it is, but it be putting me in a happy mood. Okay, listen, with I used to eat avocado toast, and I would have like a smoothie, like a pineapple smoothie with strawberries and pineapples is an automatic mood booster. So Listen, y'all, double mood boost. But yes, so avocado is another great food to add. Another great food to add to your diet to help boost your mood. And all these foods are considered brain healthy foods. They're excellent for your brain. And like I said, just overall, just making you feel better. So avocado is another great food to eat. Like I said, there's a lot that you could do with avocado. You could put avocado in your salad. You can put your avocado in a smoothie to make it thicker. You can freeze your avocado, or you can buy frozen avocado already. I'm trying to think. You can use it like as a dip. So like if you want to have like, honestly, like broccoli, you want to dip your broccoli into something, chop up your avocado, turn it into like a guacamole texture, and then you can like dip your broccoli into your avocado. So for me personally, I love avocado. Like I love, and I'm a pescatarian. So I barely eat fish. So I'm a pescatarian, but I still don't even really eat fish like that. So for me, avocado is a great way for me to get like a good source of protein. And like it makes you feel so full. So you can, like I said, you can do an avocado sandwich. Listen, there's a lot that you can do with avocado. Listen, Pinterest it, Google it, YouTube it. For me, avocado is the GOAT, because I'm telling y'all, avocado literally, like true story. When I eat avocado, I feel a lot better mentally. Like literally, like in the mornings, like try to do like a toast. I keep saying like in the morning, you get like some toast and then put some avocado on top of it. Automatic mood booster. Like I'm not even lying to you guys. Like literally mood booster. Between that and pineapple juice, those are the two foods that I started recognizing like within the past year. Like, wait, I feel different. I feel good. And I learned that it was those two foods that caused me to feel even better, and just to overall help uplift my mood. Number 4, the fourth food on my list is kale. Kale is loaded with nutrients. All of these foods are loaded with nutrients, but kale is loaded with nutrients. Kale, you can freeze kale. You can put it in your smoothie. You can eat kale salad. You can saute it. Now, kale does have I will say for me, like a bitter taste. But there's so much that you can do with kale. You can make kale chips, where you get like a bag of kale, and you put it in a bowl, and you can mix it with apple cider vinegar and I believe olive oil, and then put like some salt and pepper on it, put it in the oven. I think I used to put it in like for 350. I can't remember. And then I will take it out once it's like crunchy. So I think it will take maybe about 10 minutes. Really, really good. But I think I told this story once when I literally ate too much. And kale is very high in fiber. And my stomach was like, sis, I'm going to need you to slow down. So I had a little bit too much kale. So, and all these foods too are pretty high in fiber. Avocado is high in fiber, spinach, broccoli, and definitely kale. So, but kale is another great food that you can add to your diet. And all these foods that I named, you can definitely add them to your meals during Thanksgiving. Broccoli, spinach, avocado, kale, those are definitely some things that you can incorporate, or you can make your own dish where it's like kale alone, or you could do kale salad. So, kale is definitely another excellent food to eat to help boost your mood. The next one I want to mention is collard greens. So collard greens, when I think of collard greens, I think of mac and cheese, and I think of Thanksgiving. I think of down south. Okay. No, but yes, collards. So, collard greens is another, really good vegetable that can help, boost your mood naturally. So, with collard greens, typically for me growing up, I personally don't cook collard greens myself. If I eat collard greens, it's because my mom made it, or I'm at a restaurant. But even if I'm at a restaurant, I typically don't choose collard greens. I don't know. Like, collard greens are not bad, but for me, collard greens scream like Thanksgiving. Like, and I don't know, and I still really don't even eat them on Thanksgiving. Like, they're not bad, but I've never been like, oh my gosh, I really want some collard greens. I don't know. But collard greens are also another really, really good food, to add to your diet. Not to your diet. Well, yeah, to your diet to help. You can add to your diet to help boost your mood naturally. So those are just 5 foods And there are many more foods that you can add to your diet to help boost your mood naturally. And I have talked about them on some previous podcast episodes, but I'm definitely going to step back in and talk about them a little bit more specifically because this is the month of Thanksgiving. We are now officially in holiday season where a lot of us going to be munching on different foods and just all types of foods. And you can still enjoy yourself still. You can still eat, things, in certain portions. I would say don't overdo it, because I know with me during Thanksgiving, I'm like, okay, it's Thanksgiving, I'm gonna overdo it, and I literally eat everything in the house. But I told myself, I'm like, no, for this Thanksgiving, enjoy it, but don't eat too much. And then I feel like too, I just have to learn too. I've always grown up with, like, once you eat Thanksgiving food, then I eat it the next day. It's like, no, sis. At some point, you can't keep eating Thanksgiving food. Like, I know me, especially maybe within our culture. Listen, the next day I be eating Thanksgiving food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It turns into every meal. So, but I want to bring to you guys 5 foods that you can eat or incorporate into your diet to help boost your mood naturally. So if you're dealing with seasonal depression, if you're dealing with anxiety, or if you just need that mental boost, or you just feeling stuck or unmotivated, these are definitely some foods that you can certainly add to your diet to help you feel better, and just to help you overall just move in a way where you feel that you have clarity. And that's something that I always talk about too on the midweek roll call, is that the affirmations that I provide is to provide you with clarity and peace. So when you eat foods that make you feel good, I know for myself, when I eat foods that make me feel good, I know that, like, I feel like I just have more clarity and peace as to where I want to go throughout that day, as well as in life. So yes, y'all. So those are, like I said, some foods that you can eat, some veggies that you can eat to help boost your mood. And so you already know what time it is. It's time for this week's quote of the week. And this week's quote of the week is, what if everything you are going through is preparing you for what you asked for? Once again, let me read that. What if everything you are going through is preparing you for what you asked for, y'all? Now, that's a word, okay? That's a word. All right, I'm good, fam. We are now at the end of this week's show, and I hope this information was helpful, insightful, and everything in between. Do not forget to go ahead and subscribe to the I'm Good podcast. Share this podcast on your social media, whether it's your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, whatever it may be. Go ahead and share this podcast. Leave a review and tell a friend. Tell a friend. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your boo, tell your babe, tell your sis, tell your bruh. Tell your husband, tell your wife, tell your cousin, tell your auntie, tell your nephew, tell your niece. Listen, tell somebody, okay? Listen, tell somebody. So, as always, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And I will see all of you beautiful people next week. Bye-bye.